High-price stocks are naturally less volatile as the high price tag scares or attract most investors to patronize them. Welcome to another edition of the Nigerian Investor. Last week we talked about the improvements on the recently launched analyst platform. Today we want to talk on high-price stocks and their percentage constitution of total NSE market cap. High-price stocks are stocks that are trading at a reasonably high price in the market. In the Nigerian market, there are securities trading at 100 naira or more per share for 4 out of recent 6-month periods. The management of the Nigerian Stock Exchange introduced high-price stocks as part of its plans to improve market liquidity and deepen market activities. At the moment, we have 12 high-price stocks on the Nigerian bourse. The following are the key features and facts about high-price stocks. There are 12 high-price stocks in the market, and they are Dangote Cement, Guinness PLC, Nestle PLC, Nigerian Breweries, Sim Capital Fund, Sky Shelter Fund, Nigerian Energy Sector Fund, Total PLC, Mobi PLC, Lafarge Cement Wapco Nigeria PLC, Separate Petroleum Development Company PLC, and Forte Oil PLC. Minimum of 10,000 units is required for a price change during trading session. The stock must have been traded and remained above 100 naira per share for a minimum period of 4 months out of recent 6 months. The high-price stocks represent 55% of the total NSE market cap, led by Danksem. 7 of the high-price stocks are currently trading with positive year-to-date returns. 3 recorded negative year-to-date returns, while 2 maintained flat posture. F records 156.27 year-to-date returns to top the list. Oil and gas sector dominate high-price stocks list with 4 stocks, followed by financial services and consumer goods with 3 stocks each, while industrial goods sector has 2. The 12 high-price stocks has a total market cap of 7.73 trillion as at 18th July 2014. Danksem, with market cap of 4.09 trillion, contribute about 52.87% of the total capitalization of the group of 12 high-price stocks, while Nestle and Nigerian Breweries with 298.19 billion and 891.73 billion capitalization contribute 11.53% and 17.17% respectively. Guarantee gives notice of board meeting, may declare interim dividend. Guarantee Trust Bank PLC has notified the Nigerian Stock Exchange that the board of directors of the bank will meet on Thursday, July 24, 2014, to consider the audited financial statement for the half-year ended June 30, 2014. Issues relating to interim dividend declaration may also be discussed at the meeting. The bank also informs that the audited account will be forwarded to the Central Bank of Nigeria for approval prior to the release of the result on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. On announcement in the market, partial redemption of VG30 ETF securities. Fediva Securities Limited, managers of Fediva Grieving 30 Exchange Traded Fund, has notified the Nigerian Stock Exchange of the redemption of 5 million units of VG30 ETF securities out of the 159,400,000 listed on the exchange. Consequently, the outstanding unit of the ETF listed on the exchange are 154,400,000. Champion Breweries announces offer date for rights issue. Please be informed that further to the application for a rights issue of 6,300,000,000 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each at 1.95 kobo per share by Champion Breweries BSC, the application dates have been fixed as follows. Qualification date, Wednesday 7th May 2014. Offer opens Monday 4th April 2014, while offer closes Wednesday 10th September 2014. Nestle announces period of closure of trading on its shares by insiders. Nestle Nigeria PLC notified the Nigerian Stock Exchange that its board of directors will meet on Friday 25th July 2014 to consider the half-year results of the company for the period ended 30th June 2014. The company consequently informs that the period of closure of trading on the shares of the company by insiders will start from 10th July to 29th July 2014. ETI gets Capital Market Authority nod to open investment bank in Kenya. EcoBank Transnational Incorporated notified the Nigerian Stock Exchange that EBI Investment Corporate Kenya Limited, a subsidiary of EcoBank Capital, has been granted an investment bank license by the Capital Market Authority in Kenya. Constitute notifies of a potential divestment by ECP African Fund 2 PCC. Continental Insurance PLC notified the Nigerian Stock Exchange of a potential divestment by ACP African Fund 2 and its partner of their interest in CRA Holding Limited. CRA Holding is a Mauritius-based limited liability company wholly owned by the ECP Fund 2 Consortium and is the majority shareholder in Continental Insurance PLC, currently holding approximately 50.6% of the issued share capital of the company. WAPCO announced its proposed merger between Lafarge SA France and Holcim Limited. Lafarge Cement WAPCO Nigeria PLC notified the Nigerian Stock Exchange that its parent company Lafarge SA France and Holcim Limited, a company organized under the law of Switzerland, has announced the formal signing of the combination agreement, marking the conclusion of the merger terms they announced on April 7, 2014. The company informed that this combination remains conditional upon the required regulatory and other customary consultation and approvals. The closing of the planned merger is expected in the first half of 2015. The merger is aimed at creating the most balanced and diversified portfolio in the industry, operation in 90 countries and creating superior value for its stakeholders. Lafarge Cement Nigeria PLC further informs that this combination agreement and closing of the planned merger will not impact the direct shareholding of Lafarge Cement Nigeria PLC. On people and changes in board, Julius Berger appoints Detlef Lusbach as new managing director. Julius Berger Nigeria PLC notified the Nigerian Stock Exchange that at its board of directors meetings held on June 18, 2014, Mr. Detlef Lusbach was appointed as a director and the new managing director of the company, effective July 1, 2014. Mr. Lusbach replaces engineer Wolfgang Gotsch, who resigned his appointment as the managing director of the company with effect of June 30, 2014, to take up other responsibilities within Julius Berger Group, but remains on the board of Julius Berger Nigeria PLC as a non-executive with effect from July 1, 2014. Sterling Bank appoints Mr. Osu Igodalo as the chairman of the board. Sterling Bank PLC notified the Nigerian Stock Exchange of the resignation of the following directors from the board of the bank: Alhaji Dr. S.A. Adegunwa, OFR, Chairman, Alhaji Bashir Borodo, OON, and Mr. Yemi Idowu. The bank also announced the appointment of Mr. Asu Igodalo as the Chairman of the Board of Directors. This appointment was made at the bank's board meeting held on Tuesday, 8 July 2014. On product launch, on 17 July 2014, Capital Bancor PLC officially launches its Bancor e-trade platform at the event center of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Let's hear from the management of the firm on the launch.
We are launching the Bancor e-trade, and it's a convenient way of trading in stocks. Well, this helps a client that is buying or selling. Usually, the conventional way is that a client comes into our office and places mandate. But at this time, with this particular platform, the client does not need to come into our office. All the client needs to do is to log on to etrade.capitalbancorng.com, and with that, he places his mandates. After which, the client must have registered, and then he must have been given his username and password. And for a client that is buying, he has to fund his account. After funding his account, he sends his mandate through the platform, and the mandate trades automatically. That's the online real-time aspect of it. And if a client wants to sell, all he needs to do is to just place his sale mandate, and then the sale goes on into the platform of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and he trades. And after that, a contract note will be sent to the client to show the client the transactions that have been done for that client on that particular day. With that, a transaction has been consummated.
CBN Monetary Policy Committee retains key benchmark rate at 12%. CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele did his maiden MPC briefing yesterday. After considering development within the economy, the committee decided by a unanimous vote to retain the current stance on monetary policy, with one member voting for an asymmetric corridor around the MPR. Consequently, the MPC voted to retain the MPR at 12% with a corridor of plus or minus 200 basis points around the midpoint, retain the liquidity ratio at 30%, retain the public sector cash reserve requirement at 75%, and retain the private sector cash requirement at 15%. That's all we have for you on this edition of the Nigerian Investor. Until we come your way again next week, bye for now.